Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode number 72, and today we are returning with two big games in the Premier League and the Champions League as we take on David Moyes' Sunderland away at the Stadium of Light and also face Bayern Munich for the first time in the series away at the Allianz Arena in the Champions League. Before we play these games, though, show you how I have been getting on off camera. So, of course, in the last episode, you saw our very disappointing collapse to Manchester United in the Community Shield on penalties, where I was trying very hard to contain my rage, but I didn't do a very good job of it. But then back-to-back wins in the Premier League, first 3-0 at home to West Ham, and then, of course, you saw the 3-2 victory away against Brom, the highlights of that game. Just played the one game off camera, it was in the Premier League, and it was a disappointing home draw against our bogey team, Watford. 1-1 the final score, Santi Mina gave them the lead 8 minutes in, and then with 10 minutes to go, Déjà rescued us with a smashing effort from just inside the area. What a rifle shot that was, right into the top corner, and so much shot power. Keeper had literally no chance. So 1-1 the final score. Disappointing draw, that one, and not great to drop points for the first time in the Premier League. Look at the Premier League table, though. As you can see, we are in 4th place right now with 3 games played, and we are only one of, is it 4 undefeated teams in the league? 3 undefeated teams. No, 4 teams in the league so far that are undefeated to start the year off. And West Brom, who I must say are performing very well in this save at the moment, are the early pace setters with 3 wins from their first 4 games and 10 points. So how about that? And also, United have lost already this season. They've already lost once and they've drew as well. So United may be showing cracks. Probably not, but you never know. Got to hope for the best. But anyway, that's basically that. Very little to show you to get into today's episode. So let's just dive straight into the first game and let's get to it. So the first game is away from home against Sunderland at the Stadium of Light. And Sunderland in this save, of course, doing very, very well under David Moyes. And they signed Tony Kroos on a free transfer as well at the start of the season, putting 165 grand a week on a 1-year deal as well. He's still got some unbelievable stats, but I passed on him because the salary he wanted was way too high and determination being quite low is not something I like to see on my senior players because they're normally here for tutoring. But he started off well for Sunderland, so maybe I should have had him. But anyway, yeah, first game is against Sunderland. Let's come through and get the win before the Bayern game on Tuesday night. So this will be the team for the game. They're starting on control, 3-5-2, normal instructions. And this is the team. Raj is in goal, not Vakari. I know some of you guys say Vakari should play, but trust me, Raj is the far superior goalkeeper. Right? I trust the captain, I really do. And a back three of Rodriguez, who started the season quite well when playing. Sonogo and Michael Keane. In midfield, the 5 is Miguel on the left, Barley on the right, and in the middle, Kante, Farouk Balou, and Barkley. I should really change those around so Kante can play his more natural box-to-box midfield role. And up top together, Brian Donnelly and Ruggiero. And on the bench, Vakari, the Moose, Timon, Geo, Magno, Saidi, and Eric Van Dijk as well. So first game, it's Sunderland. I'm feeling confident. Let's get the win. Oh, director, keep forgetting. Obviously, we did draw against Watford. That was a disappointing result, no doubt, but feeling quite confident of getting back to winning ways in this one. And really, we need to. You know, you see in the past 2 or 3 years, one of the big problems we've had is consistency. And we keep on dropping points, and we need to make sure that we don't go into those runs where we only win like 4 times in 15 games, because that's what costs us come the end of the season. We need to be a lot more consistent this year if we are to compete for the title for the first time in this save. And the first highlight does fall here, but it looks like it will come to the host though, with Sunderland on the ball and Correa looking for a teammate, and he finds one in Dudu through towards Cristante, out wide towards Damari Gray, and Gray comes inside, finds the number 9, who finds the back of the net. 1-0 Sunderland already, worst possible start. This is what I was referencing, these silly games where we just don't play well and don't get the win. The terrible start. It's a great finish, to be fair, right in the corner, and no chance for Raj. But 1-0 already. We can't afford to keep doing this, man. Like, we've got to really pull our socks up and make sure that we do get the wins when we come on the back of a draw or a defeat in a game we should have won. I know Watford are our bogey teams, but that was at home. You know, they've started off very poorly. It was only a 2nd point of the season so far. That should have been a banker for us, and instead we were rescued with 10 minutes to go from Barley. So now let's get back in this game and flip the score and turn it on its head. But instead, here comes Sunderland on the break with the goal scorer Dudu on the ball. Past halfway line, finding Lucas Moura down the right-hand side. Can he shoot? Nobody finds Pizarro instead. He'll cross, and Correa makes it 2. 17 minutes in, 2-0 down to Stadium of Light. Dear, oh dear. I think I'm going to change things straight away because this has been a terrible, terrible start. We've controlled possession, but done nothing other than that. Great finish by Correa at the back stick, but there's no one marking him. And already 2 goals down, and we're already looking like the game has got gone from us. And I said before, we can't afford to do this, man. If we want to be challenging for the title for the first time in the series, we got to be winning these sort of games. Come on, throw for us here. Reluctant to make changes just yet as Kante finds Lewis Miguel. We can still get back in this one. Fruit Balut through towards Brian Donnelly. And Donnelly tries to get inside. And he does and puts it in. Brian Donnelly with a really, really good finish. Third goal of the season. Not the best of starts for Donnelly, just like last year. But a really important goal there. And already we halved the deficit. 3 goals in 25 minutes. Donnelly receives the ball. Comes inside. And with that weaker right foot, it doesn't show any signs of weakness. Right into the top corner. No chance for Jordan Pickford. 2-1. Now can we find another goal and get back on level terms? Come on. Rogerio's been poor. I always like a target man support in this 3-5-2 to hold the ball up. But it hasn't really worked out. So at the break, we're going to take him off and bring on Eric Van Dijk. I wanted to save for the Bayern game and change his role to a deep lying forward, which to be fair, probably is better suited in this formation. So we can drop a little bit deeper and connect the midfield. Should we make any more changes? Don't really feel like we need to just yet. Despite the fact we are trailing by a goal, admittedly so, and not defending well at all. But I think we'll leave it for the time being. We don't want to get back in the game. I think what I'll say at the break is assertively show me something else in the second half. Most players are motivated. They're going to individually criticise Miguel as well. And let's see if we can get a reaction from the boys in the second half, turn this game on its head, and find an equalising and then a winning goal as well. Let's go Hull. Plenty of time. Football's a game of 2 halves. That's the cliche. So now let's prove it. First highlight to Sunderland. And Lucas Moura gets on the ball. But there's Barkley with the interception. A chance on the break. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Tally ho. Come on, Hull. Donnelly through towards Van Dijk. Terrible pass, but Van Dijk will get there. Miguel comes inside. Van Dijk keeps on running and crosses. And Donnelly's there. Off the post from Brian Donnelly. And Brendan Galloway, who sit behind for a corner. Looking in the mood, Brian, but still 2-1. So close to getting us back on level terms. Right, going to the attacking 4-2-4 now. Got to go for it. We haven't got the time. We're going to mix our passing up. Try and go down those wings if we can. Play them wide. And hopefully, we'll first go more direct actually. Hopefully, find ourselves a goal to get back on level terms. We've only got 1 change left. Just realising that. So what we'll have to do is swap things around a little bit. Take off one of our CBs. Maybe Sonogo, because I think he's the most tired one out there. And they'll bring on Josh Tymon to play left back. Quite interesting. Why is that interesting? That is his natural role. And we'll have Kante as our ball in midfield. Aside he's the advanced playmaker. And we shall go with that team for the final 8 minutes. I feel as though time is going to run out on us. And we're going to experience our first defeat of the season in the league. And this is not good motivation going into the Bayern game. May as well go overload. It's not going to matter now. That's going to be the game. And what a terrible start to today's big episode. A 2-1 defeat away at the Stadium of Light. Our first Premier League loss. And I said at the start of the game, you know, when we have those sort of matches against Watford, we got to respond. This isn't a way to respond. This was terrible. 2-1 loss. And Sunderland get the win. I'm going to get aggressive. There's no sitting back and relaxing now. I'm going to get aggressive every time we lose a game like this. It's not good enough. We've got to start winning these ones. In my defence, Sunderland are a far better side than the side at the start of the series. David Moyes, the AI David Moyes, has done an amazing job there. But come on, man, seriously. You got to win those sort of games. Now we're going into Bayern Munich away at the Allianz Arena in the Champions League group opener, where we're probably going to lose. It's just not good enough, man. We're never going to win silverware playing like this. Alright, so first Champions League group stage game of the season. It's the toughest one, surely, away against Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. We're going to a different system and setup for this game, which is probably not the best one to try a new system and shape in, but I just want to try it and see what we can do. And it's basically the 5-3-2, but one of our CMs is now playing DM, which again does mean there's going to be a little bit more space in the midfield, but hopefully the roles will help us out a little bit more. I guess we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, it is the 5-1-2-2 DM with wing backs, it seems. These will be our instructions, you know, our normal instructions really for the 5-3-2. But in fact, I think I might start on counter for this game and see if we can potentially hit Bayern on the breast. Not a bad idea, actually, thinking about it, with our wing backs as well. And I guess we'll have to wait and see. So let's also play a little bit narrower, start on balanced instead. And there you go. So I can't have much confidence in the system if I'm changing it before I start the game. But I've thought about it before, and let's see if we can come through and get something with it for the first time in the series. So this is the team then. Raj is in goal. The back 3 is Sonogo, the Moose, and Keane. In fact, I'll switch those around because Sonogo's got the worst weak foot rating. And our wing backs and DM are Hack on the left side, Bakera on the right, and Kirkpatrick starting in the anchorman role, which I really like in FM. what can I say? I just love like defense-minded players that sit back and know their roles, and we'll see what Kirkpatrick can do there. I think he'll be alright at 6'4" with some fantastic stats as well. And in the middle, Magno getting his first start, and Saidi, and up top, Brian Donnelly and Eric Van Dijk. On the bench, we have Vicari, Rodriguez, Geo, Malonaz, Olivier Derbali, and Brian Reed as well. Diemov, by the way, just coming back to fitness. And is there an under-23s game? There's not. That's annoying. We might play him 90 against West Brom instead. And see what we can do there. Okay, so second game today, it is Bayern Munich. We're away at the Allianz Arena. New system and hopefully different result. Come on, Hull. Quite an interesting game, this one, because, I mean, Bayern away from home. This was one of those games where, if you remember last year against Real Madrid in the group, I didn't throw the first game away at the Bernabeu, but I sort of gave them the win. I played a really weak side and then rested all the boys for the weekend. As I said before, you can afford to lose the first game and still qualify. You know, you've got 5 left. I was thinking about doing the same this year, but instead, I've played a strong lineup, and now I'm already regretting it. 16 minutes in, Thomas Müller is still going, makes it 1-0 to Bayern, and already we trail. Let's abandon the system already. If we lose 2 in a row, by the way, the West Brom game is getting played. That's the new rule in this series. We lose 2 in a row, we play a third one. Müller heads in the corner. Rad should really do better. I'm tempted to drop him. I'm tempted to drop him for the West Brom game, I must say, because he's just not performing very well. At the start of last season, he was amazing, but since then, not quite as good. So still 1-0 to Bayern. We've done nothing in the game. This is why I hate starting on counter, because in theory, it seems like the right thing to do away against a bigger and better team. In reality, it never works out in FM, not for me anyway, as Jacinto goes down the right, crosses, and it's 2-0. Abandon the system, take off counter. Let's go attacking. No, it's not. Let's go control. Seriously, like, counter just never works for me. It never, ever works. Oh, for God's sake. It just never works. It's a mentality that never, ever works for me. I don't know why people can have success with it, because I never can. I never can. We just invite too much pressure, and we end up getting obliterated. And another highlight here, but fortunately it comes to us as well. Van Dijk on the ball, finds Brian Donnelly on the move, gets himself inside and shoots. Good save with the goalkeeper, they turn behind for a corner. See, in 30 seconds of playing control as opposed to counter, we have one decent chance and hit the target as well. I'm never starting on counter again. And here we go again, perhaps. Goal kick is launched long by Raj. Alaba wins it, but it should be our ball in the air as Bakera finds Saidi. Through towards Van Dijk. Never start on counter ever again. Van Dijk crosses. Donnelly's there. 2-1. Back in the game. Just like against Sunderland. Half in the deficit. And it's that man, Brian, with the finish once more. Eric Van Dijk with another assist. He started the season quite well in that department. Fizzes one across towards his bro. And his strike partner tucks it home to make it 2-1. See, 3 minutes after conceding our second goal. Switch to control. And we've already half the deficit. Never start on counter. Right, at the break we've played very, very poorly, so I'm going to calmly say to the boys, I expect to see a much better showing from you in the second half. Everyone's fired up and motivated, so go out there and prove it, lads. Seriously, the Moose is on a 6.3. That's not what I pay you 200 grand a week for. So, since changing our instructions, we've played well, so we won't change any more of those for the time being. We'll leave it as they are. But I might make one change potentially in personnel. Shall we, or shall we leave it? Bakera's on a booking, so I'd like to take him off. Maybe give Geo a start coming off the bench. It's not starting, is it, you moron? No, I think we'll leave it for the time being, because after that goal from Bayern, their second one, we've actually done all right. So let's leave it as it is. Going into the second half, 45 minutes to go. Still plenty of time. Conceding's the problem, scoring isn't. So let's do more of the latter and less of the former. No, hang on, sorry. That's, no, less of the latter, more, did I say that? Less, I don't know. Let's just score some goals. And again, we're doing nothing in the second half. Just like the Sunderland game, we're doing nothing. But right on cue, a chance on the break. Van Dijk to Donnelly. And Brian on the ball, keeps on going, shoots. That's really tame though. Straight to the goalkeeper. But at least he's doing something. He's the only player in today's episode that's doing something. It's still 2-1. The highlight's finished. And we've got 7 minutes to go. But I think it's all over. Olivier on, hack off. And I'm pretty confident that is going to do it. We're going to lose once again. Second defeat in a row after starting off the season with 3 undefeated league games. And, oh my God, the system backfired totally. So I'm not playing that against West Brom. We'll have to switch back to something, maybe to the 4-2-4. Maybe try out the 4-2-4 once again. And see if we should abandon the 3-5-2 or the 3 at the back / 5 at the back systems just for the time being. Because 2 losses against Sunderland and Bayern where we've played very, very poorly. We can't defend at the moment. We just can't defend. and that is not good for anyone. So 2-1 the final score. There is the final whistles. We had a 2-on-3, which probably, to be fair, would have gone to nothing, but either way. And I don't know what to say. I'm getting aggressive again. That's the second game in a row I'm getting aggressive. The boys are now going to start switching off because I'm reiterating myself and they're not paying attention. But I just don't know what to say. We're all over the place. So third and final game then, and it is West Brom at home. And they have been amazing to start the season off, so I'm feeling quite nervous going into this game, especially after no wins in 3 and back-to-back defeats as well. We're back home, we're back on familiar ground, we're back on home territory, so let's go ahead and get the win. And I did tease you with it, we are going to the 4-2-4 for this game, and hopefully a change in formation to one we're more familiar with will help us out in this game. So back to these old instructions with the old formation as well. And I'm feeling confident, which is a strange thing to say after those 2 poor performances, but I'm hoping for the best, and let's see what happens. So a lot of changes in personnel as well, including Vakari starting this game, and we shall see what he can do in place of the captain, dropped to the bench. In the back 4 is Huck the Moose, Demor stepping in for his first game since injury. His sharpness is really poor, so that's a concern. Hopefully he'll be okay to play the full 90. And Jo starting for the first time in the right back role. The midfield is Balut as a born midfielder, and Malone as an advanced playmaker. Wingers are Olivier on the left, Barley on the right, up top together, Van Dijk and Donnelly. On the bench, Raj, Keane, Bakera, Kante, Barkley, not Sonogo, what's he doing there? We'll have Sonogo as our second sub, actually take off Keane. And who am I missing? A winger? I think I'm missing a winger, aren't I? Miguel, we'll have Miguel on the bench then. So the bench actually Raj, Sonogo, Bakera, Kante, Barkley, Miguel and Reed. No, by the way as well, I did manage to sort out the tutoring issue. In the last episode I told you about Keane not being able to tutor. The reason being was because he was sad at the club. And he wanted to leave, and thus I couldn't interact with him and ask him to tutor. So that's why I couldn't ask him to tutor Toriyama. Now that's fixed, he's tutoring him, and look at these lovely green arrows, including in the determination stat as well. Gotta love that. So there you go, that's sorted out, and I'm pleased I got it fixed. Well, I didn't really get it fixed per se, it was just more luck than anything. I didn't even know what was going on. But anyway, that's the team, this is the game. Who's captain? Because both our captains and vice are on the bench. Who's captain for today's game? Donnelly! Donnelly's taking the armband. Oh, okay. Alright then, Brian, prove yourself. Captain now, prove yourself. In before Hull City 0, West Brom 4. I'm going to say we owe West Brom after what happened in the last match. Go out there and get revenge, because normally that motivates everyone. And I have faith in the boys as well. And let's see if we can get the win. So Donnelly's captain. Donnelly's never been captain before. What's his leadership stat and teamwork stat? His teamwork's alright, isn't it? No, it's not. It's 11. His leadership is 12. Oh. Maybe I should have given it to the more senior player, but that's not great. But he's taken the armband anyway, and maybe our star man in this team will inspire us to our first victory in 4. Let's do it. West Brom, though, obviously making a great start to the season. Top of the table, 11 points. Well, if they get a draw in this game, it'll be 11 points. And still undefeated. Olivier has a shot early in 22 seconds, but is beaten away by the goalkeeper. Feeling confident, though. Feeling confident. Going back to this system, I do like the 4-2-4, even though we struggled with it for a while, hence why we switched to 3-5-2. I do like it. It's probably my preferred 4-at-the-back formation in FM. And I'm hoping for the best, so come on Hull. We have made a bright start to the game as well. Olivier playing it long, headed away, but the Belgians there to win it back. Down left-hand side, finds Brian Donnelly, the captain. Can he cross? Yes, he can. Van Dijk hits the post from about 3 yards out. What a start to the game. 2 good chances there. And our new big money striker really should have finished that one off the woodwork. Still 0-0 with a great start. Let's find an early goal. And let's go ahead and passionately encourage the boys as well. I rarely ever make in-game team talks. Normally because I feel like they'll backfire on me. But let's do it now because we started off well. And let's see if we can find that goal to go in front early on. Olivier down the left-hand side. Tackled by the number 2, and West Brom get it straight back, but there's Hack with the interception, but it does come to West Brom with 3 strikers, and they're through with one of them here who shoots, and Vakari does well to turn it behind for a corner. Still 0-0. They're top of the table for a reason. This by no means is going to be an easy game to get back to winning ways. Made a good start, but so have West Brom. And right now, it's all square. We're not creating anything at all. You know, that's the biggest concern in this episode today. We're not creating anything at all, but a chance here from a corner, which is taken and headed away. Donnelly gets to the ball first, though, and finds Van Dijk, who shoots and scores. And Eric Van Dijk, right on cue, does make it 1-0, just past the hour mark, as the strikers link up, just like they did in Germany. This time, Donnelly repaying the favour, and Van Dijk puts it home at the near post. after Donnelly kept the chance alive. So lovely first touch on the chest, finds Van Dijk, takes one touch, gets it out of his feet, and smashes the ball in at the bottom corner. 1-0 Hull. Let's not throw these 3 points away. Come on. And West Brom now going to a 4-3-3 with 3 CMs and 3 strikers, where they had changed to a 4-2-3-1. And that's going to favour our game as well. Due to our wing play, we should be able to get more chances from crosses and maybe a goal right here as well. Didn't really come that way, but we'll still take it. It's Willie Olivier with his first goal of the season. This is why I didn't sell this guy. He doesn't play as much anymore, but when he does play, he's one of those consistent players that does really well. Van Dijk on the turn, who's looked lively in the second half, denied by a fabulous save by the goalkeeper, but Olivier simply couldn't miss. 2-0 Hull, and surely I'm not going to jinx this one. I know on the final day we collapsed to lose 2-3 against these guys, but surely this is going to be a win. But I mean, this is about the time where we conceded the first of those 3 goals. So, oh god, it's not Déjà vu, is it? It's Mattison. He's at the bar, and the rebound's turned in. You know it's going to happen. You know it's going to happen. Mattison, the young left winger that I've been keeping an eye on, goes through, hits the bar, but then James turns it into a rebound goal, just like our second one. It's 2-1. Oh my god, if we choke again, I am going to be livid. Let's make some changes because the boys are quite tired here, especially if we're in the middle of the park as well. Let's go ahead and bring on Kante from Malone, and we'll switch that role to a box-to-box midfield as well. So we'll have him contributing back on defense too, because obviously our wingers don't really do that. And let's go ahead and take off. Donnelly's not scored, so what I might do is have Brian Reid coming on for Brian Donnelly. He'll lose the captain's armband. God only knows who takes it now. And we'll switch those two around. Reid as the target man support and Van Dijk as a complete forward. And let's go ahead. Should we make a third change? We've got 10 minutes to go. We'll leave it for the time being. We're still up by a goal, but I'm looking very, very worried right now. And just as I'm making changes, highlight here, but Malone wins it back, well done, and finds Van Dijk, and maybe a chance here to wrap it up. Van Dijk on the ball, shoots straight to goalkeeper, still 2-1, come on. So a couple of changes in tactics and personnel. Bakera comes on to play down that right-hand side. And with a minute to go, we're almost there. Surely we're not going to throw this one away, but I still have a really bad feeling West Brom are going to get the ball back, like right now, and find an equalising goal. The Moose gets it clear, but here come West Brom again. Jo with a tackle, though. Well done. And now Bakera through to Reid. Terrible pass, though. And West Brom get it back. Please, no. Not again. Not again. Not again. God damn it, not again. Seriously. Just give United the title. We just can't do it. I don't believe this. I really don't believe this. Mattison down the left-hand side, crosses the ball in. There's 4 black and amber shirts in there and only 1 West Brom player. How would you let him win the ball in the air? It's 2-2. We're not going to win a single game out of 3 in today's episode. And I know that the games have been all tough ones, but either way, we've totally choked. Hack, he's dribbled out of play. I mean, Jesus Christ, seriously. So West Brom are going top, staying top, I should say, with 11 points. We're staying 5th with 8. I don't know what to say because I don't want to keep on going aggressive, but I just feel the need to because these are games we've got to win, but it's not working clearly. So calmly, I'm going to say, you're unlucky today. And someone seems motivated. Blagabest Demov with 6.4. Brilliant stuff. Bakari had a 6.3. Bring back Raj. I mean, seriously, he's demotivated. I don't care. Demotivated and rubbish at the moment. I mean, our strikers were alright. I mean, Van Dijk scored and assisted. Donnelly got the assist as well. Olivier played well, got a goal too. But same old problems. Defending, we just can't do it. 2-2 the final score. What an awful, awful result. It's now 4 games in a row where we failed to win. Park Young-Gyu is relegating every single team in the Northern Hemisphere. And this is just ridiculous, man. Like, we are never going to win the title. We're never going to win a single piece of silverware other than the FA Cup and the KCOM Cup. We didn't even win that this year. We lost to Marseille. Jesus Christ. Right, so that's going to end today's episode of the Football Manager series then. So a big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. What a terrible, terrible episode for us. Which means we're bottom of our Champions League group and in 5th place in the league with as many draws as wins and a defeat in 5 as well. Only 8 points so far. West Brom have 11. They're so far one of only 2 undefeated teams in the league. Oh, I'm annoyed. I'm very, very annoyed. I mean, there was some rage in the last episode from the Community Shield. There's more right now. I'm absolutely livid. So we shall return in the very next episode with games against Zenit in the Champions League at home against the Russians and Manchester United at home as well. And I tell you what, after 4 really poor results and only 2 wins in our first 7 games, I'm not feeling confident, but if we are to win something this year, we need to pull out the bag and start getting some results. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode despite the poor performances. Much love to you all. Hope you've had a great weekend. Enjoy Bank Holiday Monday as well for those of you in the UK tomorrow. And I'll see you for the next episode, an unmissable one, very soon. We've got to start playing better though. What are we doing?